Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with the third video in this Wreck-It Wednesday series. And today I'm working on a sort of September recap of photos of me and my life. I did not do a traveler's notebook story journal for September, so I had a few wins and just regular life photos of myself that I wanted to scrapbook and tell the stories of. So I decided to put them in a 3x3 pocket page and do just that. So I am sort of working with the most feminine colors in this collection for this layout. A, because those photos up at the top there are very pink, and B, because the rest of it is pretty neutral, and C, because I am a very girly girl and I wanted to do that. I have one card in there that says Finding Joy in the Everyday that is from an Allie Edwards story kit, actually December of last year, and it fit perfectly. It was just gold and white. And then I have this card that came with the stuff that Diane sent me that was sort of, it's just like a word art that was attached with a brad to a green journaling card, and I just trimmed it down to a 3x3 and glued it down so that it would fit, or so that it would stay actually. So I was thinking about what else I wanted to add, what other colors I wanted to add, and I was initially going to go pretty bright for the rest of the 3x4 or 3x3 cards, and so I put these really bright pink cards underneath here, and I'm just not feeling the way that it looks. I'm not loving the addition of the bright cards, but I can't quite put my finger on it yet what's going on. So I'm just like rearranging things and trying to make things work, and I just can't figure out why I don't love it. So I'm going through the rest of the cards, seeing what else I want to add, seeing what else might work, and not a lot of these colors are working with these super bright the super muted colors that I have already pulled out. So I'm creating my own card here to back these photos, hoping that maybe if I bring in some of this teal, I can expand my color range a little bit. So that's kind of my thought process right now. Plus I need a card up there for the top. But I'm still not quite loving that. I have that matching striped card down there in the bottom corner, but it's just not really feeling right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking through the papers that I haven't cut into yet, seeing if anything else matches better. Decided that if I was going to use that other card that maybe I wanted to cover more of it up, the patchworkiness of it. I end up cutting a 3x3 out of this card and not loving it, or out of this paper and not loving it. I'm trying really hard to stick with the papers that I've already chosen, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to turn around to the papers behind me and I'm going to find something that fits a little bit better. Yes, I would love to adhere to just sticking with this Wreck-It Wednesday kit, but I'm going to break the rules just for this one layout to make sure that I end up with a product that I actually like. So you can see I'm still shuffling papers. The majority of what I did with this layout was shuffle cards around because I just wasn't loving it. So I flipped that one upside down, thought maybe I would like that more. Gonna start adding in my journaling cards and stuff. I mean my journaling cards, my journaling strips, any embellishments that I thought I might want to use. So I'm going super girly, so I'm pulling out the More Than Words embellishments that I have. Thought that weird looking light bulb worked well with a photo of me working. Just sort of going through everything. This is just really an everyday life sort of layout, nothing really too specific going on. So everything, like all of the photos can have their own little short label caption. So here you can see I'm bringing in this paper for a 3x3 card. And I'm really liking the addition of the green instead of the bright colors and the stuff that I created earlier. So this is much better already. Trying to see what else I can do here. Still shuffling around that bright pink. But I like that singular bright pink better than I liked two of them together. Plus the other card was a little bit more, I don't know, it was just a little too much for this whole thing. I actually cut off the bottom of the card that she sent the washi tape on for that Hello Lovely. I was like, well, I'm going to use that as an embellishment. So you can see that this looks a lot more neutral now, a lot more pastel, and I'm liking it a lot better. So that's a plus. So I'm just distributing embellishments now. I'm going to make my own journaling card for that top left corner. And I'm going to use that September, that really dark stamp that says September Day or September Life, I think. After I glue everything down that I know I want to stay there. A lot of these embellishments are from the More Than Words die cut pack, but not all of them. Obviously this one was cut off of the bottom of that washi tape sample she sent. That light bulb was from stuff that Dee sent. I ended up using with this series a lot of the More Than Words embellishments, a lot more than I thought I would, which was really interesting. I used up at least a good 3/4 of the pack throughout this series. That photo right there that I just put down is actually there. The park that I run in has a pond in it, and in this pond is always this duck and this goose, and I feel like they are a mated pair. I'm not sure, but they are always together. They are always like bundled up or cuddled up together or floating near each other, and it's just so adorable. And so I took a picture of them for Patrick one day, and I thought that that was just a cute little story that needed to be told. Recently, the Canadian geese, I think, are migrating, so the pond actually has a bunch of geese in it. They look different than that white one, but has a bunch of geese in it, and I watched the other day the goose floating from his duck companion to the bunch of geese and back again. It was pretty funny. It's a cute little dynamic they have going on. So now I'm adding labels for places to journal because I'm not going to have a central journaling card. I'm just going to have some notes on each of these photos. Those top two photos are of a dress that my mother took in for me because it was too big. And then when that happened, the dress was just too short. So I decided to add lace to the bottom. So I took a photo of me adding lace and then a photo of the lace hemmed dress. Then a photo of a rainbow behind me while I was running. That bottom row is all weight loss stuff. I hit over 100 pounds. I deleted the Weight Watchers app because I decided I was finally done with it. And that photo is of me in Target wearing little girl clothes, and I just thought it was hilarious. So you saw me stamp September, that September stamp, and I tested it on the back first with that stripe, and then when I stamped it on the other side, it didn't work. So I ended up having to go with the backside stamp, which made me a little bit mad, but it still matched fine, so whatever. I'm going to add these butterflies on a few different photos and cards throughout the spread to sort of draw all of the squares together. Since there's so many different stories, I thought that it would help to make the layout more cohesive. So that's what I was doing with those butterflies. And I'm getting close to done now, finishing adding in my journaling. I'm going to rearrange a few things, add in a few more word strips here and there, because I'm addicted and I just can't stop, won't stop. But this one came out super feminine compared to the rest of the layout, so it's kind of fun how I can pull out different parts of the collection and make it look different than the rest of the layout. So that's what I love about Wreck It Wednesday kits. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. Alright, thank you.